Hello, my name is Larry Harris. I am currently in graduate school at American University School of International Service, and I'm in the Global Governance program. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Larry Ornez. And you can also add me on Facebook as well. I'm in a fellowship program with the U.S. Department of State called the Rangel Fellowship, which is a program that recruits young people each year, 30 people, and prepares them to be diplomats for the United States of America. So upon graduation from grad school in spring 2017, I'll be joining the State Department as a diplomat. And what it means to be a diplomat is that I will be an official representative of the United States to another country or an international organization. So the responsibilities can range from negotiating a treaty to getting visas to foreign nationals to come over to the U.S. or assisting Americans in trouble over in a foreign country. The responsibilities range quite a bit, but at its core, we are official representatives of the United States to a foreign country. The State Department is still a very white, male, and Yale organization. So about 80% of its diplomats are white Americans, while African Americans only make up roughly 4% of America's foreign service. And this is obviously a problem because we are supposed to be representatives of the United States to a foreign country. I think it's so important to have for me as a black male to be a diplomat because I bring a very unique perspective to the table that my colleagues may not be able to bring. I think it's very important now that I have a seat at the table to ensure that I use my voice and give my opinion on things and my perspective, and also to ensure that someone after me can come and have that seat as well. What sparked my interest in international affairs, right before I entered undergrad, was right when the Arab Spring was happening, which was this huge movement in the Middle East where citizens in numerous countries were demanding that they have a greater say in their government and how they are governed. So it sparked this movement called the Arab Spring, and one of the countries that was affected by it was Syria, where some young boys who were accused of writing anti-government sentiments on their school were detained, and then they were killed, which sparked protests, peaceful protests across the country in which the government continued to crack down on them forcefully. So I was watching this happening on TV, and I was reading about it in high school. And this was during a time even at my home where we were going through great financial difficulty, and we had things like sometimes the water may go off, or we didn't have money to pay our cell phone bills or buy enough food for the house. And it just made me think that these are people who are in much more difficult situations than I'm currently in. And they still have some type of hope for their country and for their families. And I thought to myself that I want to be in a career where I can make a positive difference in even one person's life to improve their living conditions. Then that's what I want to do. So that's how I found my way to international affairs, where I can make an impact not only on the people here at home in the United States, but also on the global stage as well. I would say that first, my parents inspired me quite a bit to keep going. My parents have always been super supportive of whatever I wanted to do. I remember when I was a child, I first wanted to be an astronaut, and my parents were extremely supportive of that. Then I switched a little bit, and I was like, I want to be a chemist. And then I took chemistry in high school, and then that dream quickly died. And I had multiple other professions along the way. But my parents have always been extremely supportive of that, and they're also supportive of my current career of being a U.S. diplomat, but also my friends too. There's a saying that you are the average of your 5 closest friends, and how that works is that if you have people who are more ambitious or more knowledgeable or more driven, whatever the case may be, than you are, then that will inevitably rub off on you. And I have friends who have always been supportive and friends who I think are 10 times better than myself in many different things. And they keep me going and they keep me motivated and they help me be a better person. When you do inevitably reach that point where you do think it's the end, where you don't see a path forward, when there is a wall that you think that cannot be moved, I want you to always know that it is never the end, that walls can always be moved, that walls can always be broken down. We all reach that point where we believe that it cannot move forward from here. And my advice to you would be to take a step back and evaluate the current circumstance. Evaluate and celebrate your past small wins, and sit down and put a plan forward so you can continue forth in your journey. If you do have any close mentors or close friends, I would encourage you to consult them for any advice, and also consult them for motivation. As I mentioned, your friends will always be in your corner, and they've probably hit the same point that you've hit before, and your mentors certainly have as well, and they will reassure you that there is a path forward. So when you do reach that point, take a step back, evaluate and celebrate the small wins you've had, and put a concrete plan forward to get you to your goals.